I want to talk about another thing that's happening in our economy. They call it the sharing economy, but some people say it's destroying America. And I got to tell you, that was certainly the message yesterday from Hillary Clinton, who actually calls the sharing economy, get this, she calls it the gig economy. She points out there are going to be workplace protection problems. So take a listen to what she had to say.
Many Americans are making extra money, renting out a spare room, designing websites, selling products they design themselves at home, or even driving their own car. This on-demand, or so-called gig economy, is creating exciting opportunities and unleashing innovation. But it's also raising hard questions about workplace protections and what a good job will look like in the future.
All right, let's bring in Democratic strategist Jessica Tarlov. You know, lots of people think that Hillary's gig economy thing is actually keeping this country afloat. But I think you think what she had to say was spot on, Jessica. Here's the thing. When she praises it, but then she goes, but. And I think that but was
There's got to be a but.
Well, what's the but?
The but is that we're facing a new age in the economy, and we've got to make sure that we have regulations to catch up with it. A third of Americans now.
It exists because there were no regulations. If there were regulations, it would have never been created.
What about workplace protections? I mean, these people are a third, as I was saying, a third of Americans now are working in the sharing economy, right? That's only going to increase. And what Hillary is saying is that these companies are being misclassified in a lot of cases. Like Uber is calling itself a technology company when it's a transportation company, for instance, and that federal regulations need to catch up with how the economy is moving to make sure that workers are protected.
You know, it's so funny, Jessica, when you say we need workplace protections, think about the operative word there, work. First, let's create the work, right?
Because I'm happy with that, and I think Hillary is happy with that as well. She said that this is a good thing. We know that. And
she wants to shake these companies down. Let's be honest about this. This is about shaking them down, forcing unionship membership on them. That's what it's really about.
I think that it's about making sure that Americans, when they retire, that they have money waiting for them. You know, now that they're going to have health care, which is a huge advance, but to make sure that they're being paid well enough that they can support themselves and that it's fair and equitable. The private market, it's a fantastic thing, and I think that it's picked up a tremendous amount of slack during the Obama recovery because the government has not created the kind of jobs that it promised that it would. So all credit to the private sector.
You mean the government, or you mean the socialist policies of the Obama administration have been an impediment to job creation?
I'm not willing to go that far, and I think you know that I wouldn't. But I understand the point, and I'm hugely thankful for the sharing economy. It's been great for millennials, for my generation. You know, people can work from home. I work from home myself. I don't work. I work just one job. But, you know, the flexibility that it offers. But I also know that I'm going to need money when I retire. And we saw in the financial crisis that people had their retirement totally wiped out. And as you said in the first segment, it's not just millennials. These are some retirees who have to come out of retirement and earn more money, and we need to make sure that they're still going to live a great life when they're putting in the hours.
The bottom line, though, I think, and I'll ask you real quick, Heather, because this has been such a flaccid recovery, the idea that the Ubers of the world, the Airbnbs of the world, they have created these amazing opportunities for people to stay afloat. I think the notion of somehow slapping regulations on them, forcing unionship membership on them, will crush what's beginning to be something amazing.
I agree, and I think most Americans agree, and I think it's going to be great for the Republican Party. You got Marco Rubio writing about Uber in his book, Rand Paul saying that Hillary hasn't had to drive a car since 1996, so she doesn't need Uber. I mean, you've really got the opportunity here to step in and show how this is good for people.
All right.